Hi, it's the Hippie Prepper. So today I want to talk about bags and how we utilize them and how some in the prepping community utilize them, and then how I do mine just a little bit different. And probably from the name on this video you can recognize that I have like a little bit of a different acronym on the bag that I use. So oftentimes when we talk about different types of bags, we're talking about bug out bags, we're talking about maybe an EDC bag, which is everyday carry, or even something as far as an inch bag, which is the I'm never coming home bag. So these kinds of bags are often utilized by people who really feel the need to be prepared for whatever comes their way every single day. And the main priority is to get from one location to another. So for instance, with say the inch bag, there's a whole lot more to go with that. But if we have something like an everyday carry bag, a bug out bag, a get home bag, oftentimes the goal of those bags are to get you from where you're at, a location outside of your own home or your own area, back to your home, or from an unsafe location to a safe bug out location. So we're moving from point A to point B, and in transit we might need things like food, clothing, shelter, a way to start a fire, to keep warm, those kinds of things. So that's kind of what those bags are in a nutshell. You might notice some lighting go in and out. I'm using natural light, so that's part of what happens, I guess, when you use natural light. So sorry if that's kind of annoying to some of you, but so that's the basis of those bags. These are really, really useful, particularly if you live or are frequenting in an area like a city where you would need to get out of the city and maybe pass through some rural area to get back to your house or to get to your bug out location. This can be very, very useful. I do not really utilize those bags very often, and I'm going to explain a little bit why. This is homesteading hair right here. So if you want a little bit of real life, that's what your hair looks like if you're homesteading. So a little bit of background onto why I don't use those bags are I had some pretty major health issues after I had my first daughter, who's lovely and almost 3, and I'm happy to announce that many of those health issues are either I'm recovering from them, or I've been able to heal completely from them. And the prognosis for the future looks fantastic, so I'm very happy to announce that. But for a very long time there, I was struggling, and even now I do not feel 100% confident that, especially with a toddler and or pregnant, we're still in the baby years in my family, that I could utilize a bug out bag to where I would get from my location to our secondary location quickly and effectively, or utilize a get home bag where I'm out and about and then I need to cross through woods and highways and things like that on foot with a toddler to get home. My toddler is about 30 pounds, which doesn't seem like much, but 30 pounds of dead weight and then another pack on top of it of dead weight gets really heavy really fast. So I know my own abilities, and part of prepping, I believe, is being able to recognize your own abilities and your own limitations, and then mold your preps around that. That's the most effective way to make sure that your preparation is going to last you through very difficult times. I know that myself, some of my limitations are physical. I am overweight, as you can probably tell, and I have some underlying health issues that make it a little bit difficult for me to get from point A to point B effectively and quickly. Now, I'm sure some of you are probably going to say, well, then take care of it, lady. Shed the pounds. And trust me, I am working on it. And I do believe that everyone, or within your ability at least, should focus on your health and your fitness and getting to a point where you can do these things. It's vital, and it can be life-saving in an emergency situation. It's also vital to recognize that we don't have to say, when I'm fit, or when I lose the weight, or when I'm healthy, then I'll prepare. It's important for us not to procrastinate on that and put that off because we're not in the optimal position in our life right now to be able to utilize the best prepping techniques and skills. So right now, I'm not in a place in my life where I can utilize the best techniques and skills of preparedness, which is a bug out bag and traveling and survival. I can't do that. To be a little bit harsh about it, I would die. And potentially in a very, very harsh situation, my child would be in grave danger because it's not something that I can physically and sometimes mentally handle. So what I've done is I've created a bag for me where I'm at in my place to be able to be as prepared as I possibly can. What I call this is a SIP bag. It's a shelter in place bag. And basically my goal for this is that I know I can't make it from point A, let's say it's Walmart. We all shop at Walmart at some point. So let's say it's Walmart. The Walmart that's closest to my house right now is about 10 to 15 miles. I'm not confident that with a toddler who's probably upset because we all of a sudden have to walk and can't drive the car like normal, is probably upset and probably doesn't want to do this. So I'm going to end up having to carry her at some point plus my bag. I would not be able to make it effectively home. That's a harsh reality. I'm very confident that there are those of you who are going to be watching this who say you can't walk 10 or 15 miles with just a backpack and a kid. And I can't. I can't right now. That would be a dangerous situation for me and for my child, and I won't put myself or my child in that dangerous situation. And this is a very harsh reality. I think sometimes when we have to self-evaluate and say, what are my abilities? And they're not nearly as high as we want them to be, it's really hard. And it can be really life-saving too if you do that really hard conversation with yourself. So now let's get into the bag. What do I have for my shelter-in-place bag, and why do I have it? So my goal here is that I'm going to get from where I'm at, where it's unsafe. We can take maybe a real-world situation right now. Let's say that there are some very peaceful protests happening, and it's gone into nightfall, and some not so peaceful people come in, and I'm stuck. Made some, maybe not very time effective decisions through the day, and now I'm stuck here at night and it's getting a little unsafe. So what's my situation here? What's my goal? So my goal is to find a safe area, safe physically. I know safe place is kind of sometimes a mental safe place. In this term, it's physically safe. So I'm going to find a safe physical location and stay there. Optimally, this means that I know someone in the area, or that a family will take me in, or that I have a friend who I can trust who's in the area and I can shelter in place there. I don't have to find someplace new. I don't have to find a shelter, a bathroom. I don't have to find any of those things. But if I had to, then I would. Maybe I would find a local park with a bathroom that I could lock the door, or I would find another form of shelter that I could easily assess the situation with my toddler and keep her safe. So that's the situation. Or even a little less dramatic. let's tone it down a little, because that's a little bit intense, right? Maybe we're just at some friends' houses or something, and it's getting late, and I'm like, I don't want to drive home. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't want to do this. Let's just stay the night. Then I can utilize what's in my bag to be able to do something like that. So, what is in my bag? Well, let's talk about the actual bag first. It's actually really cute. I'm a very huge proponent of, if I have to wear this every single day, I don't want to look like I just stepped out of military boot camp. I highly respect those who have stepped out of military boot camp. I'm just not one of them. I'm a mom, and I like cute things. So I really want it to be functional and adorable, if possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but with this bag it actually is. So this is a Cavu bag, C-A-V-U. These bags range from about $40 to $70 on Amazon. Something that I like about them is that they have this. It's rope. It's several pieces of rope tied together, so it's very strong. Something else I actually like about it is that it has a clip. Some people don't like the clip because it's easy to steal. I actually like the clip because I have a toddler who runs, and it's very hard to run with a bag on. So if she runs away from me, I can just have it on, clip it off, drop it on the ground, and chase her. Which again, maybe someone will steal it, but then my toddler is safe, so priorities. And then I like that it is a sling bag. So it goes right over my shoulder like this, and it just sits there. I can swing it out into the front to get things out of it easily if I wanted to. I can wear it on the front, on my front as well. If I flip it this way, I can wear it like this. The advantage of that is that it gives this shoulder a break, and then the other advantage is if I have to carry my daughter on my back, like if I have to strap her in a baby carrier, then all my stuff can sit here and she can sit on my back. And it's very lightweight. It's actually fairly small and fits quite a bit, so you'll see how much it fits. Okay, so in this top part, I just have a few little things. I do have some soap. This I think was like a thing I got at a hotel or something. I do keep soap. That's very important to keep clean, particularly for children. My daughter's potty training, and so right now, you know, she's taking off the diaper and then peeing and then like not wiping all the way because she doesn't know how yet. So I'm like, you know, toddler stuff. So having soap is really important. I also have one of these hippie straws. That's what I call them because they're in California. You kind of have to have these now, but it extends out. This is really nice again for children because if you have a nice water source and you pour it into a cup and they can't drink very well, they can drink out of a straw. I also have this multi-tool. It's a spork, and then it has like a little lanyard and a can opener and things like that, so if we can eat a meal on the go. I do have some lotion. Again, with kids, if your child is uncomfortable, if they have dry skin, if they have a diaper rash, which I wouldn't use this for diaper rash because it's around their sensitive area, but if they have that and they're uncomfortable, it is going to be a nightmare to do anything in an emergency situation. Make your kids comfortable. Chapstick, again, comfortable. And then I just have a pocket knife with a really cute design. And this is just functional for lots of reasons. This is actually a very, very sharp one. So I keep that. And I have like a little pile in front of me. This is like a little makeup bag, and it just has some more chapstick. Has these little small biofreeze in case, like I said, I'm overweight. That puts a lot of pressure on my ankles and joints, and this is a lifesaver if I do have to walk. I have a little towelette in there too. Charger for my phone. I have a couple of these, and these are little charging packs. So you can see I've used that one up. And then they have multiple little inlets here that I can charge my phone or anything, a pen. And I usually have a notepad, but my husband took it, stinking husbands. And then I have a spare one of these, which I usually have a spare cord as well, and my other one broke. So I usually keep two. I do like to follow, if I can, the rule of 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Keep in mind that 1 is not actually none because you do have it, but keeping that spare is really vital because if that breaks and you don't have another one, then you're stuck. So it's very vital. Okay, so that, I just want to let you know, all that just came out of this little pocket and this little pocket there. So this really holds a lot. On this side, right here, I have a water bottle. This is a clean canteen one. I like it because it's skinny so it fits, but it actually holds 27 ounces of water, which is a decent amount. And I like it because it's single walled. So if I had to boil water or cook something in here or something like that, I can do that. These are rather expensive. I believe they are between $15 or $20 for this one. And then if you want to have some replacement of these little lids, then I think those are like $10. I also found this at a thrift store for $1. I really like thrift stores, especially for prepping materials, because oftentimes the very, very high quality good stuff that you want is expensive. And so being able to find something like this has a whole bunch of dents in it, but it still works just fine. So it was $1 with some dents, and it's okay. It's still really durable. And then down here, I have one of these little Cook things. This can also hold some food if I need to eat, or water, medicine, tea. I have tea in here for medicinal purposes. Okay. On this side is where it gets really good. So this, I'm going to try to do this for the camera and see if it does it. It has a lot. I keep one of these in there with a couple of disposable diapers, and sometimes some wipes, cloth wipes. I specifically use cloth wipes because they can be washed out and reused. I usually keep a pack of disposable wipes in my car if I want to just like wipe and go, but in this bag with something that I might be carrying with me, I keep cloth wipes so that they can be reused because I don't know how long I'll have to shelter in place. I chose disposable diapers right now because my daughter is almost potty trained, and so I feel confident in her ability, other than nighttime, to be able to go throughout the day without needing a diaper. If that were not the case and she was still a little bit younger, and again, when we do have a second one and we have a baby in diapers, I use cloth as well for the same exact reason. If I had to sit there and hand wash a cloth diaper and hang dry it on the back of my backpack, I could do that and then have diapers fairly unlimited for my child. So like I said, I keep a disposable right now because she doesn't really need it. It's like just at nighttime, so we're good. But if you have smaller children, definitely consider cloth. My wallet, this is actually on purpose like this, small and compact, and that way if I need to grab it and go, I can do that too. In this little thing, this is actually a camera case. I have overnight stuff. So I have a toothbrush, a little bit more soap. This is actually shampoo. It's a shampoo bar for my hair. I have some salt because let me tell you, if you have to have unsalted food, you might cry. I do have a few of these little lemon packets, and those go with, I also have honey packets, and this goes for tea. If you have a cold or a child with a cold, you're going to want some tea. I have activated charcoal. This is really great if you have some food poisoning issues. And then I have deodorant. This is like some deodorant I made. You just kind of have to rub it on your pits. It's not like the most attractive thing, but it works. And then I also have some toothpaste down there. Here is just some pain medicine. And then in the front of this little thing, I have Tiger Balm and some salve. This is what I use if my daughter has diaper rash or anything with potty training. Sometimes you still get some diaper rash when they're potty training. This is what I use. And then I have my honey packets, some Manuka honey. And then I also have some Benadryl. I'm allergic to bees, and if I get stung, I'm gonna really appreciate this. So that's kind of my medicinal, like my medicine kit and my overnight kit right here. And look how small that is. That is very tiny, but it has everything that I need if I were to get stuck overnight somewhere, or even for a few days. This is my the rest of my med kit and my first aid kit. So we have oils in the front, essential oils. I mean, my name is Hippie Prepper, so you had to expect that oils were going to come out eventually. So we have some oils. Most of them are headache, calming, stress relief. I really think that if you're out and about and you're stuck, you're going to be stressed. You may develop a headache. Your kids are going to be stressed. And just being able to have something to give them a quick stress relief is nice. And I also have some Breathe Easy as well. Again, if you get sick and you're in an emergency, you're not going to have fun. And then I have some of this tea. It's just calming. It's nice. Some of them even do have a little bit of nutrients in them, which is nice. And then in here, it is honestly just your basic first aid kit. There's just some Band-Aids. This is not a blowout kit. I cannot stop a bullet wound with this. It's nothing like that. This kind of stuff is in my car, but that is not what this is for. This is just, oh, you fell down and scraped your knee. Let me help you out. This is a taser and a flashlight, and it has a leather pack. I do keep this for self-defense. I know many people are going to say, well, you should get a CCW, and yes, that is not the purpose of content on here for right now. Is not, you know, any other weapons I have, but I do have a taser with a flashlight. Flashlights are useful. I have extra shoes for my daughter. I try to be very, very concise about wearing shoes that I can walk in and having shoes in my vehicle that I can walk in. But these are just like little water shoes in case we get to a situation where her shoe breaks or, you know, she needs anything else. These are 2 sizes too big for her, but they have these where I don't know if I can do it on camera, cinch them up. So they will fit her, even though they're a little too big, but I can keep them in my bag forever and it's not going to get old. This is really just a little bit of snacks. I know, isn't that great? It's cute. It says, empowered women empower women. So I thought that that was really lovely. And we just have a lot of energy bars, these kinds of things. Some of these were still from when I was nursing. Some probiotics with electrolytes. These are fun snacks for my daughter. This is not going to sustain us forever. This is to, again, get us to a safe spot. Get our vehicle to a safe spot, and then I have other things in my vehicle. I have a mask right now because, you know, sometimes I need to go in places and they want you to have that. I do have spare contacts because I wear contact lenses. I choose to keep my glasses on me sometimes, but if I'm in a situation where I'm slinging things over my back and they get broken, even in a case, sometimes things can get smashed. This is really small and I can pat it and it's a little less likely to get smashed. So I do keep spares. One more pocket, guys. In here I have only 2 items left. A Sawyer Mini with a little backflow push thing too, so that way I can filter water if I need to. 27 ounces of water is great on a day-to-day basis just to carry around with me, but in a situation where I did have to stay overnight or I had to shelter in place for a while, that's not going to last for long. And then the last thing that I have, which men, shield your eyes, is a Diva cup. I have multiples of these, and the reason for that is that if I am somewhere, and again, men, if you don't want to hear about this part, you might want to skip ahead a little. If I am somewhere and my period starts, and I don't have anything, my day just got from horrible to, I don't even want to name it. It would be really bad, really bad. So having something like this that you can just put in and then pull out, clean out with some water, and I have soap, so that's okay, and then put back in is really nice. It has a little carrying case. These are expensive, and I did pay full price for this. It's not something I'm willing to buy used, ladies. I won't do it. That was about $40, and the other one I had was about $40 as well. And I did invest in both of those for the purpose that I would have it in case I need it. And you know, something to use that I don't have to buy tampons and things. Okay, men, you are welcome to come back now. I'll try to put a timestamp down there of like boarding period talk if you don't want to hear that. So yeah, so that's what is in my shelter in place bag. Oh, and this is my, I forgot to show this. This is my little wet bag for the cloth wipes, so that they're not like gunking up everything else. So that's what's in my shelter in place bag. This was a long video, and I know that sometimes these long-winded videos, you can lose a little interest. So if you stayed to the end, thanks a whole bunch. I know that sometimes it can be really overwhelming, especially if you do have some barriers to being able to effectively, you know, bug out or get home safely. It can feel like, well, if I can't do that, then I'll do nothing. I'm just not going to do anything. And really, that's probably one of the worst things that we can do, because, you know, if I showed up at somebody's house or something with this bag and they're like, it's too overwhelming, we can't help you, and I was like, listen, I have food and I have water and I have everything we need. We literally just need a building to keep us safe. They're a lot more likely to take us in rather than if we're showing up to their house and like, my kid's hungry and I'm thirsty and we need to wash and we don't have anything with us. If they have to basically become a hotel for us, they're probably less likely to help if we bring everything and we're like, we just need 4 walls and a roof and nothing else from you. So keep that in mind. Try to keep in mind that hard times probably are coming, and so we need to do this. This bag did take me a while to get together and kind of get to where I like it. So it's not that I recommend you go out and just buy everything that I have today and then put it together. You know, you have to find what works best for you, but this might be a good place to start. Like, oh, I didn't think of that. So what are a few things you can do today that might help this? Well, the first thing to do is maybe start thinking about what you need on a day basis. Bring a little notepad with you, and whenever you stop and think, oh man, I wish I had whatever it is. I wish I had some chapstick. I wish I had a snack. I wish I had, you know, whatever. Whatever that is, write it down, and then you know what to put in your bag. Something else that you may want to do is consider what the needs of your children would be. Particularly talking to moms right now, but this applies for dads or for really anybody, because let me tell you, if you have some diapers in the back of your car, that's really good trade value. So think about some things that you would need for your children and then try to add those to your bag. I hope that this was helpful for you. And if you have any recommendations for other videos or other things that you'd like to hear me talk about, leave it in the comments below. Have a good day.